Hey there and welcome. I'm so glad you are joining for today's live session. We're going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek behind something brand new that is coming your way called the Shine Sessions. So, today, my friend, buckle up because we're going to dive into some challenges that I know many of you are facing, challenges that I've had and had to overcome, and we're going to find a way for us to move forward together. Welcome, welcome. If you are on live with me, let me know that you're live. Just say live. And if you are watching the replay, I appreciate you for coming back and making time to watch this video because this video is for you. I love coming here doing these lives to interact, to engage, and to give you some insight into what it is that I do because not everyone is clear, because I have shifted many times over the past 20 plus years as an entrepreneur. So I'm here to say that if you're pivoting, if you're leaning into something new that you've been wanting to do for a while, I totally support that. So many of us go on these paths in life where we think we know where we want to go. And then when we get there, we think, I don't actually know that this is where I want to be. I have done that many, many times. And just know that it's part of your path. And because you have done that, and I have done that, there are things that we've learned which we can now bring into this version of ourselves. And so, without further ado, if we haven't met yet or we haven't connected in a while, welcome. I'm Yong Pratt, and I have a business called Illuminating You Productions. And what I help people do is really learn to confidently step onto the stage of their life in that spotlight as the leading character of their own life so that they can live their heart song, that pull, that message on your heart that you were gifted when you came into this life, the gifts that you have that you are here to share. I help you to communicate that message, those gifts, in ways that work for you, not ways that work for me necessarily, because what I've learned from 20 plus years in this entrepreneurial space is that I spent far too long chasing after someone else's dreams, thinking, oh, you know what? That sounds really good. I'm going to go try this thing. And then when I did it, success was mediocre at best. And I kept doing that. And I kept coming to the conclusion that, oh my gosh, I've tried all these things and nothing's worked. I've done these things. I must be a bad student, and B, well, that must just mean I'm not cut out for this entrepreneurial gig, which was the furthest thing from the truth. The reality was that I had turned down my own knowing, my own light in order to achieve these things that I thought that I wanted, but were not necessarily my dreams. They sounded really good, and everybody around me was doing these things and seeing success. Yet when I tried them, they didn't really work. And what I've learned from doing that more times than I can count is that I lost self trust every time I gave away my power to someone else's blueprint, to someone else's plan, to someone else's step by step roadmap to success. Every time I did that, I turned down myself in order to be like someone else. And that was the problem. I'm not supposed to be like anybody else, and neither are you. So today, we're going to talk about a way for you to really lean into this idea, this feeling in your body of what it feels like to truly trust yourself. Last week, I did a card pull and we talked about authenticity. So, authenticity and self trust are two of the 9 resiliency keys in human design. My mentor, Karen Curry Parker, loves to say that if you took all of the elements, all of the archetypes, all of the themes of human design, and you put them in a blender, blended them up, what comes out are these 9 core pillars, these 9 keys that when these 9 keys are in alignment, That's the space where self trust lives. And even working on one of them or two of them moves us closer into that place of self trust. So, have you ever had a situation where you go into a setting, you go into an opportunity, and you know in your head what you want to do, but your heart or your gut says something different? Let me know. Just type yes or no below, because I know I've had that many times. Many times when I was following the paths set out by other people that I considered mentors that were where I thought I wanted to be and followed their step by step plans, I would get this little feeling. I would get this little nudge, a little poke from my what I now know is my soul, my higher self, saying, that's really not for you. So I kept pushing against my knowing in order to fulfill some sort of expectation that I put on myself or others have put on me to surpass. Right. And so this bit of self trust, it's taken me a long time to really rein it back in because it was literally like everywhere. Little bits of my self trust laid outside myself. And I had to really call them back into me and really to learn to do that, to have the courage to do that, because it's not always hard to it's not always easy to lean into self-trust. It can feel really hard, right? But the more we practice this idea of leaning into our inner knowing, leaning into this self-trust, being more authentic, being more of the person we know ourselves to be, yet for some reason or another we've held ourselves back from that person. Today we're going to do a little activity together, a little adventure together, so that we can start to lean into more of that self trust. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do before I pull us a card and with some wisdom about self trust, let's take a moment to really come into our bodies. This is what I always do with clients, whether we meet online or whether we work virtually or whether we meet in person or online or anything in between. We do this. Just come and find this gentle bounce within yourself. And you can leave your eyes open here. You can allow them to close, but really just pulling all of yourself back in. If you've been serving other people so far in this day, pull that energy back in. Release anything that no longer serves you, anything that is tied to you, any attachments, any responsibilities. This moment is for you. So let's be here together, fully present, fully in our sensing and feeling bodies. So just shaking. And now you can make this shake a little bigger. You can wiggle your shoulders here. Tess says, yes, she can totally feel when the body is saying no and the mind finds you should. Yes, it's those shoulds, right? We think we should do these things when the should is the opposite of what we know we need to do, right? We feel pressure in some way, whether that's internal pressure, whether that's external pressure. That pressure can really feel oppressive, right? So we just do these things and kind of turn our light down by saying yes to the things we actually want to say no to. Thanks for sharing, Tess. And by the way, if you're local, Tess is doing a live sound bath at 10:15 at a local gym here in Spring Creek, Nevada. So if you are local to me and you need some sound healing and want to know more about how sound and frequency can help you to heal sort of from the inside out, definitely connect with Tess. Tess, I unfortunately won't be there because I have a coaching session from 10 to 11:30 today, but I'm sending you all the love for that. All right, so let's get ourselves back on track. Wiggling, shaking our bodies. You can even start just, being a little kid, shaking your sillies out. I used to love to do this with my preschool age dance classes because we want to shake out what came before this so that we can move into the now and then step in confidently to the next step. So wiggling, Coming back to center, letting your body just sway side to side, really focusing on the bottoms of your feet and the sensations that you feel there. So often we use our bodies as these vehicles, like our cars, to get from point A to point B. Yet we don't often pay attention to the indicators, the flashing lights going off inside of our bodies because we're so busy doing the thing, getting from point A to point B, checking things off our list. So this is an opportunity for you to really come back into your body, start to feel and sense. Our body whispers to us in the beginning, and then when we're not listening, those whispers get louder and sometimes angrier, and they can manifest into all sorts of havoc inside of our bodies. Aches and pains that just won't go away, headaches, all of these things that we've learned to take medicine for, to abdicate our power, to suppress these feelings. This is an opportunity for us to pull all that back in, call our power back to us, and let our bodies really do what they're designed to do. And that is to guide us and show us the way. Now leaning forward and backwards on your toes and on your heels. And if your eyes are closed, just really pay attention to sort of what's around you. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't getting too close to the microphone so I don't hit it. And then letting your knees just kind of make little circles. Your hips will follow. Just noticing any tightness, noticing any sticky points. This is all just information for you. Now letting your lower body be still and moving the upper body in a circle here. In a spiral. Moving the other way. And then letting your head move. You can still your body. And the other way. Rolling your shoulders back. Taking a really wide stance, keeping your knees soft. Raising one arm and the other to make this beautiful X pose. Stretching out beyond your fingertips, beyond the bottoms of your feet, and just taking up space. Making sure your knees are soft here, pulling your belly button to your spine so you're not arching your back, and really just reach out to the corners of the room here. Really taking up as much space as you can. And I call in the most crystalline pure white healing light of the highest healing vibration. I ask this light to seal the space as a sacred healing space so that we may receive all the transmission and information that we need most to take that next big step. I call this light into my body from the top of my head, through the soles of my feet, going down the center column of our body, through each and every chakra, letting this white light cleanse, repair, and replace any bits that are no longer serving you, all the way down to your root chakra, letting this beautiful white light, as you drop your hands, fill your body with its beautiful healing energy of the highest healing vibration, letting that beautiful white light radiate out into every single cell of your body, replacing and helping you push out what no longer serves you. And all the things that no longer serve you leaving your body are falling gently like little raindrops into the earth, being transmuted for your best use or someone else's use at another time. Really letting it go, taking a breath. As you breathe in, letting this light through you brighten. And as you exhale, letting this light expand out to your body's edges. Breathing in this beautiful white light, making it brighter. Exhaling and pushing this light into all of your auric spaces, those 7 layers of your aura that extend past your physical being. This is the energy you may feel from other people when you encounter them, their auric field, their auric space. Because we all carry a certain vibration of energy. And sometimes your body resonates really well with some energies, and sometimes it doesn't. Again, this is your body's way of knowing. And when we go against that knowing, we lose trust in ourselves. So we're calling all of this trust back into us. As we're inhaling, getting this light brighter, exhaling, pushing this light out past our auric space, filling whatever space you're in with your beautiful light, with your beautiful energy, taking up as much space as you can, and just basking in this feeling of expansiveness and spaciousness that you've just created for yourself in a matter of moments. It feels so good. I'm getting goosebumps even just expanding my own space. And I feel, Tess, your space coming, your energy coming to me through the video as well. It's so beautiful. Placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Giving great gratitude for this time that you and I have together today. Giving great gratitude for yourself, for showing up, whether live or on the replay, to do this important work for yourself, because this is the thing that I know for me was missing for so long, this energetic work. I just thought, oh, it's just energy. I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm whatever feeling. I'm just going to, push it down. I'm going to swallow it. I'm not going to express it. I'm going to be, as upright and as polished looking as possible, when on the inside, my body was yelling at me. So if that's you, this work is so very important. We're never taught to express our emotions in a healthy way. We're just taught to suppress them a lot of times. Or if we're going to show them, we're told to go in another room to do that. Nobody wants to see it. And we're going to unlearn those things and know that it's okay for every single feeling and emotion that you feel or sense in your body. It's okay to feel them. It's part of being human. We have our ups and downs and our sides to sides, and that's okay. Taking the time, though, to realign with your energy, yourself, letting go of what is no longer yours, calling in your highest power, letting this healing light really radiate and highlight for you those gifts that you know you have, that you've been hiding away from, that you've been sharing behind locked doors, but just sometimes peek your head out. It is time, my friend, to open the door fully, stepping out into that light that is you. You are creating this light as much as this healing white light is coming into you. You're coexisting, you're co-creating, and this is your time to step more fully, confidently into this spotlight. Imagine yourself following this beam of light into the center stage of your life. This does not have to be a physical stage. It can be if you want. It can be a metaphorical stage. Whatever stage, whatever gifts you want to share in whatever capacity, that's what I'm talking about, stages. However you want to express it, however you want to communicate it. If you've been having trouble communicating your value, communicating what you do with the world, aligning your energy can help you do this. If you have been feeling like you're struggling to make decisions, you're just indecisive, you're facing analysis paralysis, you're just freezing because there are so many options and so many things you could be doing, and you just don't know which one to do, so you just stop doing everything, and then you stop being in motion. You're at a standstill. Letting this light, this beautiful light that's healing your body, and this spotlight, stepping into this higher version of yourself, letting all of that gunk go. It's this metaphorical goo we often sit in every day that keeps us stuck. Even though we know deep down that we're called to something greater, we allow life to put us in this cauldron, into this pot, adding a dash of this and a dash of that, a dash of frustration, a dash of anger, a dash of bitterness, 3 dashes of frustration. And we're stewing in that. So this work, this alignment, this way that we can step into ourselves by aligning our bodies, calling our higher selves back into us, really listening to our bodies, this is how we make the change. It sounds really good to think that we can make the change by, again, following someone else's way. That is not my job. My job, my gift as a guide on this planet at this time is to help you find your way into your own light, back to your light, to remember the dreams on your heart, to remember who you fully are, and help you step into that light that is your life in a way that feels so good and so juicy to you. Giving great gratitude for your body, for allowing it to be the most beautiful, perfectly designed vessel for you to share your message in a way that suits you. Because, my friend, it is time to trust that inner knowing, to trust that inner self, and just giving so much thanks for being here in this moment, allowing yourself to breathe, allowing yourself to expand and feel spacious and feel like you can take on the world. This, my friend, this feeling is your birthright to feel this. And the more often we go through this practice, which is part of what we do in the shine sessions to help you feel shiny, to feel like your light is bursting from within you so people on the outside take notice. That's what the shine sessions are all about. And I'm giving great gratitude for those of you who would like to join me inside this journey. Coming back into stillness, letting this bigness of you settle into every pore, every cell, every molecule, radiating out past you, leading from your heart, giving great gratitude for this time and space and this practice so that you can shine your light even brighter, because it's time, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. If you have allowed your eyes to close, gently let them flutter back open, come back into your space, and just notice this feeling. Can you feel this? This expansiveness, this lightness, this glow, this tallness, right? I feel so much taller each and every time I do this work for myself, which I always do before I have client sessions, because when I expand and lean into my gifts, I can be a channel, a vessel for getting messages through my body for you. And that's what the shine sessions are all about. It's not about me teaching you anything else. Everything you need to get to where you want to go is already inside you. You just may not know how to access it. And the shine sessions are all about accessing exactly that, your shine. It's always been there, it's always been part of you. Now I want to have a practice and do this practice with you and hold you in this space so that you can grow into your self-trust. You can learn to be more authentic in yourself and in your gifts. And it is from these places of self-trust, from authenticity, that our voices get freed and we are allowed to be who we know ourselves to be in our bigness, in our fullness. And I know sometimes being seen, being visible can feel scary. However, the more you practice this energetic alignment, calling in your higher self, letting yourself be clear of everything that doesn't belong to you, that doesn't serve you, this is the work that we all have to do, that we all tend to avoid because sometimes it can feel hard. And that's okay. You absolutely can do hard things. And I would love to be your guide on this journey. If you're interested in joining me inside a shine session, just pop the word shine below. I know, Tess, you've already told me that you're in, you're ready to shine. And watching you on this journey so far has been so amazing. And as you do more events, I see that light shining brighter. And that light touches other people. And those people touch other people. And the light keeps moving and radiating out past us so that we can make the impact we know we are here to make. So before we wrap up, I want to pull us a card. And I'm today pulling from the Wisdom cards by Ilchi Lee. And I was excited to find these cards, and I found them through a friend, Dihesa, who has studied with this master, Ilchi Lee. And when I found out that he was Korean, and of course I'm Korean, so I was like, oh, I don't often see many Koreans in the spotlight of this work, of especially in this energy work, in this healing space. So it's so good to be able to see that and him being an example of what it's like just to live in the shine, in the spotlight of the work you're called to do. So let's see what he has to say here. What is the message that we need most? What is the message that you need most to really step into more self trust? This is one, origin. Having bloomed from the one, come back to the one to wither. You are a flower that has bloomed from the one, and eventually you will return to the one to wither. Because you have this home to return to someday, you have no reason to fear or worry. Just live your life creating. Ah, I always marvel at the synchronicities and the alignment that happens when I allow myself to enter this space, to shine my light brighter. The messages that come through are always so spot on. Yes, you have no reason to fear or worry. Just live your life creating. Such a beautiful message because you, my friend, absolutely are a creator. You get to create your life and make it look any way you want it to look. And you can do this more and more by practicing what we just moved through together. What happens inside of a shine session is that we find the alignment within you. Again, I am not teaching you anything. I am not giving you things you have to remember. I literally am using my body as a channel to call in messages that you need most with your higher self, with your spirit team, whatever you believe is helping or whoever you believe is helping you in the bigger world, right? You are never alone. And I would love to be there with you, guiding you, helping you to remember yourself, because this journey back to yourself, to this knowing, to this self trust, knowing that you can confidently trust the choices you make, knowing that you can confidently use your voice to share your message in the way you want to share it, knowing that you can trust every step that you make. And yes, there may be some stumbling along the way. However, when you trust yourself to this level, this is the magic that happens. Life unfolds very differently. It's almost like you put on a pair of colored glasses. And not to say we're not noticing what's happening in the world, it is not that at all. We, if anything, are more aware of what is going on around us, but we are hyper aware that who we are, the energy we carry, being responsible for ourselves and how we show up is the most important thing we can do in order to serve others at the level we know we can serve them. Whew, so good. I hope you're so excited. I am beyond excited about these Shine sessions. They are starting this month, and I have room for a few more people to hop in this month. The way these work is every month for 6 months, we meet together. We brighten your light from within. You receive messages that you need to receive to make that next step so we can help you grow your self trust, because that's a really big deal. And each month that we are together from month 1 to 6, every month our session increases in time. We start pretty small. Don't let the time fool you though, because sometimes maybe you can let me know in the comments. Have you ever been to an event where maybe it's a full day event for work, for pleasure, whatever it is, and there's this one moment when the light goes on and you think, oh, that's the idea that I was waiting for. That's what I knew I needed something else because everything wasn't quite right, but that idea, that thing will make all the difference. That's what these shine sessions are about. So we're going to start small. so that you can have the capacity to grow into this receiving of messages. Because if you and I were to sit together first thing right out of the gate for an hour, I can guarantee this, it would be so overwhelming for you that you might go into what I want you to avoid: overthinking, analysis paralysis, shutting down, because there's just so much information and so many ways you can go. I never want to be that person. And honestly, I will say that when I first came into this world using human design, that's what I did. I provided a lot of information because that's what I thought I needed to do, following what I thought was someone else's model, right? Providing information, 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 information. When the reality is, we are so bombarded with information all day, every day. What we need is to turn down the noise outside of us and turn up and turn into our inner knowing, because that is the key to creating this life without fear or worry, because you, my friend, are supported. The universe, your spirit guides, your spirit team, your mentors, we're all here to support you. And if you want to go on this journey where you can expand into receiving what you need most, to lean into your self trust more, to lean into being more authentic more often, to lean into using your voice in the way you want to use it, that is what these shine sessions are about. They are highly specific to you. They are individual one on one sessions. These are not group sessions. They are for you, for us to be in a space together, to really, again, my role is to help you remember who you really are deep down, to help you remember the dreams that you had when you were little that may have been locked away into the deepest recesses of your body. And now your body is like, oh, I don't know what, I have this ache and pain. I have this constant thing. It's these little things that we have locked away, wanting, asking, begging to get out. So they're wreaking havoc inside of your body. So if you're experiencing any of those things, my friend, just know I'm here for you. I look forward to helping 10 beautiful souls inside the Shine sessions. That's all the capacity that I have to be able to energetically sustain myself so that I can show up for you in this space. If you're ready to shine even brighter, I invite you to pop the word shine down below. I will reach out to you personally and we'll have a little conversation to make sure that this is a correct fit, because honestly, these sessions are not for everybody. They're for people who are ready. They know that there's this deeper soul calling. There's something they want to do and they're not really sure how to get there. So there's a bit of inaction going on, a lot of self doubt, a lot of indecision, right? And together we're gonna solidify those pieces of you. Not to say they are broken or missing, they may just be misaligned. So these energetic alignment sessions that are the shine sessions are for you. I primarily work with business owners. However, I realize that these sessions are also impactful for those of you who are in jobs who maybe aren't satisfied, aren't fulfilled, and are looking for something else and are not quite sure what that is. This is your opportunity to lean into that call, into that feeling, because, my friend, it is your time to shine even brighter, because your special brand of magic, your special gifts are needed more today than ever. And I look forward to seeing you and serving you inside the Shine sessions. Until next time, my friend, go out there, turn up your light a little more, align your energy so that you can shine even brighter. Cheers.